Well, you ever heard that saying, here we go again? Here we go again. There's your problem right there, lady. Well, we seem to have a little bit of a catastrophe going on with the log splitter. The jack stand there, it broke off right in the middle while I was splitting log, obviously. So we found some more, what do you call that, Jake? Substandard welding?
Yep.
So we gotta get this hooked to a quad, get her back down the hill, because I can't split with the motor, with everything on an angle like that, obviously.
It's not good for the motor, as was stated in the hydraulics and everything, so
we're gonna get this back down the hill, and we got a surprise for you. Stay tuned, and we'll show you what the surprise is. All right, boys and girls, here we are. This is what we're up against. This is where, let me get down here without dying. I'll call an ambulance. Okay, no. Oh my God. Watch Wes work if you can see this. So this is what was on here. You can see right here. That's it. And that was like that. Somehow. Oh, there it is. I got it to fit. Look at that, Jake.
yep.
Here's the deal, though. We have almost nothing available
For weld space.
for weld space. So we're going to just have to, you know what? We're going to do this farmer style. We're going to put it on dirty like it is. Because there's nothing really there to prep. I can't do anything with it because this is so short right here. This part here, and when you put the jack stand on, there's no room. You can see where the original welder, whoever was doing it, went off the path there. So Jake's gonna do this dirty style and just put it back the way it was, because this summer's project is to completely rebuild this
Wood splitter.
yeah, I'm gonna put a new tongue on it.
New hydraulic tank.
New hydraulic
2 to 3
tank.
times the delivery rate. The hydraulics get hot in this, so we're going to go with a bigger tank. A new beam, because the beam's starting to wear down.
Well, we're gonna see. I was thinking scabbing.
Yeah.
Scabbing into that beam. I don't know yet. She is a bit thin. She's about a third of the way wore out. If I'm looking at that correctly, you can see it. So yeah, there's some things that got to be done to this poor machine. But right now, we've got a real big surprise for you. And I know it's what everybody's been waiting for. It's the talk of the internet. YouTube has just been, I don't know how the servers can keep up with everybody talking about this. But there it is, boys and girls.
The Yeswelder.
The Yeswelder. Straight from Amazon. ARC-205DS.
Straight from Shenzhen, China.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Straight
YYZ.
Shenzhen,
There it is. There's the airport code. Came into Toronto. That's it. This bad boy is going to do the job for us. I bought this last year to do a video on it. And yeah, she's a little inverter welder. Jake's going to run it. Jake's our in-house professional welder type guy. And yeah. So let's open, let's pause so I can get up off the ground. We're going to call the fire department, see if we can get up. Anyway, let me get up and then we'll open the box. All right, here you go, boys and girls. We're going to do the opening box. Here, Jake. Careful with that knife, Jake. Safety first. Safety squints engaged. See how you notice how he carefully cuts into the box? Oh, you cut this. There you go. This is it, boys and girls. So we've never opened this box before. This is amazing. This is absolutely incredible. You're seeing this, we're seeing this all for the first time.
So we have a little ground clamp here.
What does it look like, Jake? Take her out of the bag.
The sheet metal ground clamp we got here.
The sheet metal. Now, I think I paid $160 for this, and that's Canadian, so my American friends out there,
$100, $120.
yeah, you'll be paying quite a lot less. So if the machine works as good as it is as hard as Jake's having a time getting into the bag, it'll be awesome. Could have cut the bag open.
Yeah, I could have cut the bag.
We could have
open,
cut it. But we might save the bag for something. Repurpose. So Jake's unveiling of the ground clamp. Holy cow.
And there you have it.
Let's have a look at that, Jake. Oh my God, will you look at that? It's got zero, not much strength there. It's got a crossover wire like that. 1 by 20 millimeter square. I don't know what that is. Is that sub size or standard size?
I believe that's sub size.
Okay.
I think these leads would maybe fit on the Miller, our Miller, possibly.
Yeah, because
It's
we
the
do.
micro stuff. We do have a little Max Star.
But we wanted to try this, and I bought this for you guys, for the YouTubers. And we wanted to wait till we hit 1,000 subscribers. We reached the 1,000 subscriber point, and here we are. So Jake's gonna unwrap that. This is 240, 120 capable. That's kind of handy. There's the
Guys, I'll just
welder
come out
plug?
and say these 200 amp inverter machines were kind of a godsend for China because they can clone some of the $2,000 options and try and slam something together for under $200. I'll be straight up blown away. I have a feeling this thing's gonna weld pretty good, and it's just gonna be surreal welding on something that comes in a box that's smaller than, let's say, my 3D printer that I came in. And you could, it's unreal for under $200 when a Max Star will set you back. You could be
$2,000 bucks.
$2,000. I'm a blue and a red guy all day long, but this is great for you backyard guys that are just wanting to maybe get your feet wet and see what you can do without going all in.
Oh, look at this thing.
So
Look, would you look at that, boys and girls, friends, look at that.
it's pretty crazy. This
is crazy.
It's tiny. The fact that this thing puts out 200 amps is, we'll see, but just pretty wild. No doubt pretty wild. It's got a digital readout here in front.
I bought this thing for a joke. Just to see what it was like.
We're not taking it. We got some pretty nice stuff.
It's got some chooch to her if it welds as good as it looks. Look at this, friends. Look at this. Look at this thing's amazing. And it weighs nothing. I've had lunch pails that weigh more than this. What are we at here?
Yeah.
What does this bad boy say? 20 amps.
We don't know what the duty cycle is.
205. 60% duty cycle at the low end. Or the high end? 100% or 60%? Come on. You got to be kidding me.
We'll see.
Yeah, 110, she draws 29.4 amps. Balls out. On 220, she draws 22.4 amps. I don't have any 30 amp 110s in my house, so she'll end up running on 240. Holy cow. I can't wait to fire this thing up and see what kind of magic show comes on.
We don't know what to think here.
Where's that adapter? Where do you see adapter
right here,
go?
I think.
Open that up.
This is our first foray into this.
Oh, look at that. So that's just a straight up. Yeah, you don't want to be leaving that laying around. Someone plugged a grinder in. That's a straight up 240 to 120. That's a little bit crazy. Well, I guess if it works.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
We're going to do two things, I
here's
think.
the most important part, I think, anyways.
The electrode holder.
The electrode holder. This style is, I've been told, is the piper's favorite because you can manipulate your rod every way.
I kind of like them. I do.
A lot
I've
of
used
people
them.
like these. They're put off by the look, but a lot of guys on the pipelines actually prefer these type of rod holders because you can really you can position the rod any way you want. So
And when you stick the rod, they pop right off. The rod pops off.
you can just grab the handle and pull it off, and you don't have to fight with it.
It's just a little bit cumbersome because of the latch, but once you get used to it, I know a lot of guys use the K400 heads, the twist head. But, you know, we're millwrights. We're not... Jake's a welder. I'm a millwright, so I'm a welder, but I've done more maintenance welding than most welders will ever friggin' dream of. So doing a heavy die shop. So I guess you could classify me as a quasi welder, but
myself too. I did do the welding school deal, but switched over to millwrighting, and I don't nearly weld as much as I used to. But I kind of the same thing. I'm into doing the dirty repairs, and I do excavator buckets when somebody needs them or whatever.
okay, so that's great. Let's get this thing. I'm horny to get this thing up and running. I truly am.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna try it on 110, then we're gonna try it on 250. So stand by. Okay, I just wanted to really quickly, while Jake's getting set up, some of the specs. Apparently the cooling weight on this is wind. 50-60 hertz, we all know that. There's our amperage, 20 amps, 20.8 at 205. I think 28 is the output voltage. Yeah, U2 28. It drops down to whatever X is. I'm thinking 100% of the dial, it'll drop down to 26.3. Anyway, there you go. Oh, as Jake pointed out, sans CSA. So don't worry about it. She is the welder especial with no CSA approvals whatsoever. And yeah, we're just gonna get crazy on this. We're gonna do the power up in about 10 seconds. We'll get right back on it. Yeah. Hey, we're back. Jake's gonna do the first time ever power up of the Yeswelder. This is what the hell is this thing called? ARC-205DS. Power up, Jake. Wow! Did you hear that? All right, we're powered up. Digital display. Alrighty. I'm gonna find out how much jam this little baby's got. Stand by.
Alright.
So what are we doing here, Jake?
We're just gonna tack this tube on, and then we're just gonna use some 6013 or whatever you have laying around and try and stick it back on. We'll just use the kind of the jankiest rods we have and everything to try and like give it an authentic feel to what you might be dealing with off the bat if you're going to be buying something like this. So
what you're saying is this is the total Canadian Tire deal,
yeah,
except for the welder. So we got crappy rod you can buy anywhere. We have zero surface prep, so we're doing her full on, broke down in the field farm style, and we got to get it back up and going because we're bucking wood. And as you can see, I was right in the middle of splitting wood. So I'm going to hold this, get into position on the Jeepers Creepers.
Yep.
So that's good to keep your bum dry, because on account of this is mushy season. I'm going to find the sweet spot. Where was that? It was right there. There was a magical sweet spot in here somewhere. I had it. Right there. There's just no room on this for air.
I'm just gonna turn my sensitivity down because of the sun there, and then I'm gonna reset that.
Do we get a ground? Yep. What the hell we got going there, Jake?
Me and my terrible 6018 welding.
6013.
Try that again.
Try that again. Can you see the puddle?
Yeah.
6013, sometimes it's hard to see the puddle. That sounds good and hot.
Got to kind of weave it a bit.
That's good and hot. Wow. How's it feel?
The arc feels pretty clean. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything terrible. Now, mind you guys, I don't weld with this rod a lot. It's usually used for like open root and stuff. You got to weave it a little bit. It's not as forgiving as 7018, but it doesn't.
We're
seem
pretending
like
this is all we got.
it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. You don't really. It doesn't seem like it's doing anything crazy. So,
where's the box? I'm gonna go over here to the box. This thing came with some toys. It didn't. I don't think it didn't come with a shield, eh? Come with a carry handle. That's kind of handy. Owner's manual. Check this out. The all-purpose tool. That's worth about 10. I think the cardboard box is worth more than this thing. Jake, you're cheating. You're welding ahead of me there, bud. Look at that. Well, almost a weld. Watch getting wide though. We're not gonna be able to put this thing back together.
yeah.
We don't have any room for air.
Trying.
Try to vertical up and
Trying to get that back, yeah.
look at that. Here, watch. Look at this. Look at this chipping hammer combination wire brush. That's $1.85 right there. Like a friggin' woodpecker. I don't know, Jake. Is it working?
It seems to be working. My 60 with this rod, I'm still getting used to it. It's been...
Ah, never mind your bullshit about the rod. What about the welding machine? This is what we're after. Nobody cares about your rod. We just want to know, does it weld?
It seems to weld. It doesn't seem to be doing anything weird. It doesn't seem to be doing anything weird.
Wow. I'm gonna call it. The Lincoln AC-225 has met its match. And that was the go-to standard for the farm. And the home guy was the AC-225. We've always been red or blue guys, but I had to try this out. And you can hear, it doesn't falter.
No.
It does.
It's...
Maybe the open center voltage is a little bit light, maybe. Like, there's a vertical up. That's not bad weld.
No, it's not too bad at all.
That ain't falling off. When it smokes, does that mean it's hot?
Yeah.
All right, well, you know we got it hot. See if you can vertical up this chicken shit right up here. The 6013 vertical up?
Yeah, it should be all positioned because I believe, like I said, I believe they can use it on right there. I'll try and do this one too at the front here.
Just to hold it together because this welding's terrible. Right, we're running 90 on. Is that a 1/16 rod?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's pretty balls out. 90 amps. That's on 110.
Try and get
it. Sounds nice and wet.
Yeah, it just went a little weird there when I got close to the hole. So.
Wow, there's guck coming out of there.
There's guck coming out of there, yeah.
Paint, everything. No, I'm off. Oh, no, I'm on frame. Oh, look at the ants come out of there. The tenants are all moving out.
Well, we know we're getting heat into her.
Yep.
Nobody's comfortable, so...
The free tenants are all moving out.
That doesn't seem to be for the price of this, it doesn't seem to be terrible. It's not. It's welding, and it's.
Now the purpose of this video is to demonstrate the welding machine. So, and then adverse conditions, no cleaning, no prep. And there's going to be guys out there that are welding guys that are going to say, well, you should have prepped. But no, we didn't want to do anything. You know, let's pretend we don't have a grinder handy. Let's pretend we got nothing but the welder. It was in the back of the truck or in the back seat. And we had some old 6013 been laying around. And this rod is old. I've had it forever.
Yeah, the flux is going funny on it and everything, so...
It's rusty too, so there you go. That's what we wanted to prove, was that you could take it out of the box. He's welding right over the crap that was already there. Because this is real world, right? This is the kind of stuff you're going to see. You know, this is the kind of stuff you have to do on a Saturday. We don't got time all day long to do this. Like some guys that take all day long just to do the prep.
Yeah, it's like...
They're doing that weird thing with the
Yeah.
flux down the middle.
Yeah.
Because there's junk coming out of the weld. But hey, that's it anyway. We got one spot there that looks really good, so
Really
that's good
on
enough.
the top here, when it was good and you were weaving it in, it welds fine, and it's... I'm sure if we had some clean metal and stuff, we could really see what it would do, but I think it's okay. It's, let's throw an extra bead across the top and just see if we can ghost over in the top just to see.
Okay, in the flat.
Yeah, let's just see, because...
Oh, look at this flux is shit.
Yeah, the flux is going bad.
It's opening up. Look at
rod,
it.
So
wow, these are old.
they're old rods.
That's from
Moisture.
You remember the Grand Prix frame?
Yeah.
That's what this is from. How many years ago was that?
We're getting on to be about eight years or so. So
I don't know, friends. I'm gonna try to get in here in a light where you can see this. Okay, can you see that? See the cracks in the flux? So that's it. That's junk rod. This is the real world conditions. Junk rod, no prep, no grinder, and a welder that you would expect to be able to drive around in the back of the pickup truck was the Yeswelder 205DS. Yeswelder, sorry. ARC-205DS Yeswelder, 160 bucks Amazon. That's Canadian, Amazon.ca. So far, quality of the leads are good. Check that ground. Is the ground getting hot at all?
no,
Go up where the joint is.
no,
No heat in the ground at all.
no.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna give it a 10.
For what it is, for the price.
Yeah,
If it doesn't break, I mean, what do you do? Like, what do you do?
it's got to be a 10.
Yeah,
Right? It's working.
it's working.
Okay, we're gonna do a quick weld on this.
The rod.
So off camera, we ran the 6013. The rod's it's splitting and it keeps arc blowing, so we can't use this rod. It's got to go straight in the garbage. So I thought, you know what? Let's try this thing on 240 volt. So we tried 1/8. This is a Hobart, brand new box, just opened. It's 7018. What is that, Jay?
It's a 7018 pair of stick electrodes. It's just regular 7018 AWS certified 1/8.
Yeah, it's that HR though.
HR.
Yeah, there's a different. It's like a moisture resistant class.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, it's brand new.
We tried it on.
We tried it on what was on the 125?
120 volts at about 115 or so, and it did light up, but it was running out. It was falling on its face a little bit. So we switched over to the 240 volt, And we're doing about 118 or 120 in the flat, and then this will give you a better idea because you're going to want to use good rods and stuff. So this should give us a better idea, and we'll do it in the flat and see how it looks.
Okay, so this is now at 240 volt. We use the adapter.
And before I do that, I want to put my helmet.
Let's hope. This is the test. This is the test that everybody's going to use it on. And we're at 118 now. The setting could be off on the voltage though. We don't, on the current. I should have had my ammeter hooked up.
Oh, sorry guys, my helmet's being weird.
What's the matter?
Ah, just tripping dark.
Well,
oh, sorry. I went the wrong way in the sensitivity. Alrighty.
Again, this is 118. It says we're running 118 amps. You can hear the garbage coming out of that. Oh, listen to the shit come up out of there. Did you hear the stuff coming up?
Yeah.
Where the ants were living, maybe. How'd it feel?
Not bad. The arc started to get really funny though as a crazy amount of garbage started to come up, but at the start there it was really good. I mean, okay. Like, you can't complain for $120 there.
60. Well, the Americans are going to pay less than that for it.
Americans are going to pay less.
There you go. That's a weld.
That's a little bit better, and
that's it. We're going to call it a win. Definitely. Now, that's both voltages. I don't know if I'm going to try a bigger rod. Like, I don't think this thing's going to hum 532. But you know what? It did the job.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It did the job. There's just no way to, other way to describe it.
The spring tension, if I did have one little critical thing, the spring tension's a bit light on the handle, but
yeah, the electrode holder.
Likes to move a little bit, or sorry, the electrode holder. The rod likes to bounce a bit, but other than that, it's not a bad machine. And for the average guy, you could, if you had to, you could definitely stick some stuff together with it and get yourself through a day for not $2,000 or even $800. Or I know some of the Everlast stuff's $800 to $1,500, and this is the cheapest you can possibly go, and you could make it work. Now, would I want to be doing any real serious stuff with it? Probably not, but this is it. This is the Yeswelder.
Wow.
It's tiny.
So we're gonna give it a 9. Let's be reasonable. We'll give it an 8.5, 9 out of 10. Yep. Works well. It'll burn 1/16 rod at 120 volts. 240 volts with the little cheesy adapter you get. Works fine. Burning 1/8. Laid down a nice speed. Again, we didn't do much for prep on it. It's rusty. It's crappy. It's painted. There's paint underneath. We're just slapping this together. We got to keep the log splitter rolling until I get the frame. Determine what I'm going to do with the frame.
The frame will be MIG welded. We'll use our MIG welder, I think, for that. If we can.
Well, I guess we're throwing all that 6013 away. It's junk.
Yeah, we're not going to mess around with that rod with the way the flux is splitting.
She's parting like the Red Sea.
It's no good.
So there's one of those welder excuses. It's actually real. Bad flux.
I can't weld with it.
Rotten flux. I was trying to weld with it, and you can see the holes in it. And the arc was going backwards, frontwards, sideways. It was popping all over the place because the flux was parting away. You can see how rusty that is. Junk. Anyway, there you go. Throw away your junk rods. Not worth the aggravation. We're going to throw this thing back together, get her back up the hill so it can do some work. But it did rescue it. Did save the day. Got a couple of half-arse looking welds on there. Enough to make the machine run some more. And there it is. So Amazon YES, Yeswelder, ARC-205DS, 120, 220 volt, 110, 220, 115, whatever you want to call it. We're going to give her a 9.5. We'll do a longevity test on it, I guess, and then maybe one day we'll set up the outdoor workbench and do a side-by-side with the, was it a MicroStar? What is the other machine? MaxStar.
It's MaxStar.
Whatever that little, it's like that but Miller.
It's a little bit bigger too, I would say.
Yeah, and way more money. So we'll try that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Thanks, everybody. We're over 1,000, and the channel's doing good. Take care. God bless.